Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our first IntellecTechs Norfolk State University Cybersecurity Call. We're coming to you from the Robinson Technology Center located on the campus of Norfolk State University in Norfolk, Virginia. First, let me thank a couple of people, the president, Dr. Eddie Moore, Dr. Williams, Ms. Alicia Bazemore, and Mr. Philip Sherrill, and the university for allowing us to come here today and to be able to do our first inaugural cyber call. Now, this week is homecoming week at Norfolk State University, so of course we want to give a big shout out to the Spartans as they celebrate their homecoming week. My name is Mike Harris, and I am the president of IntellecTechs, and on behalf of our CEO, Jerry Prophet, welcome. Our office is located in Virginia Beach, about 10 minutes away from Norfolk State University. Just a little bit about IntellecTechs. It's an 8A certified small business. We're service disabled, veteran-owned, economically disabled, women-owned, disadvantaged small business. And we are a premier provider to the federal government and the commercial when it comes to IT services. IntellecTech's core capabilities and competencies include information technology governance, encompassing portfolio management, financial management, enterprise architecture, policy writing, enforcement. We also do cybersecurity, IT process management, and professional and technical works. We are located in places like NASA Langley, NASA Goddard. We also support one of the Navy's largest enterprise network contracts called Engine. We have about 200 people in our organization. And this year, we are teamed with Norfolk State University on a number of initiatives to include the pursuit of federal contracts, internships for its students, work experience for the students here at Norfolk State, and also the ability to obtain IT certification and testing for the students in the computer science department. To learn more about IntellecTechs and the great things we're doing with the students here at Norfolk State University, visit us at www.intellecttechs.com. Now, we're going to be joined today with an amazing student who's going to tell us a little bit about himself. But before we begin, I want to take about a minute to allow you to be able to send your Facebook notice to a friend, just to make sure we give all an opportunity to participate. So now for the next 30 seconds, I'm gonna let you go ahead and go through your phone, find out and pick up your friends who may be active on Facebook and send them this note so they can begin to contact others. Okay, so the 30 seconds starts now. Well, good afternoon. We're back, and I hope you had a chance to at least notify one individual that we're on the Cyber Call Live at Norfolk State University. Again, this is an initiative of IntellecTechs, a small business located in Virginia Beach, and Norfolk State University. Now, the purpose of this call and future calls, they're really designed to inform, educate, and communicate with students, alumni, businesses, friends, and interested parties about cybersecurity opportunities, activities, and update. Now, we will conduct these calls on the last Wednesday of each month. So visit the NSU website or IntellecTechs Facebook page for more information. In the future, we expect to be joined by others, including local high school students who are interested in the cyber technology. So let's get started. As we begin, this month is also National Cybersecurity Awareness Month, as well as Women's Small Business Month, and how fitting it is for us to be doing our call on this month in October. But before we begin, we want to start with a News You Can Use segment where we spotlight a Norfolk State University student who's done amazing work here at the university. So at this time, I'm going to have Christian McFall to tell us a little bit about himself and the news you can use as we begin our one of three segments: inform, educate, and communicate. Okay, Christian, it's all over to you.
All right, thanks for having me. How are you doing today? I'm here to talk to you about the cybersecurity initiatives at Norfolk State University. I'm a current graduate student here at NSU. I'm from Hampton, Virginia. I come from a science family. I had two brothers also come through Norfolk State for their degrees. I started off in computer science general for my undergraduate major, and now I'm doing computer science with an emphasis in information assurance. So what that is, it's a combination of both disciplines. You take your rigorous, nitty-gritty computer science programming classes, and you also take your cybersecurity classes. So I take, Computer Security 1, Network Defense. You learn how to defend your computers against hackers, how to spot out script kiddies or, possible phishing attacks. And also on the computer science side, if you wanted to, you can even learn game development or even software engineering. I've had numerous opportunities here, such as being able to intern at NASA for 2 summers, one at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California, and also the Johnson Space Center in Houston, Texas. And cybersecurity can open up many doors for you. Even at IntellecTechs, there are many different employers, such as the federal government. You could work for the FBI, CIA, NSA, or you can work in the private industry. So it's a very booming field right now, and it's fun. So.
Well, thanks a lot, Christian. It sounds like you've really benefited from Norfolk State University, and you're off to a bright future in the world of cybersecurity. Now, before we begin to talk about Informed, I wanted to make sure everyone knew that also October is National Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And it's an annual campaign to make sure we raise awareness about the importance of cybersecurity. Now, as you know, the internet touches almost all aspects of our daily lives, whether we realize it or not. And the National Cybersecurity Awareness Month is designed to engage and educate public and private sector partners through events like this one and initiatives to raise awareness about the importance of cybersecurity and provide them with the tools and resources needed to stay safe online and increase the resilience of the nation in the event of a cyber attack. Now, cyber crimes are expected to triple over the next 3 years, costing businesses and citizens billions of dollars. But a new force of protectors will soon stand ready thanks to the cybersecurity education offered by Norfolk State University and our IntellecTechs partnership. This is the beginning of a new era in cybersecurity, and it starts here at Norfolk State University. So let's look at just one of the programs offered here at Norfolk State University. Norfolk State offers a Master's of Science degree in cybersecurity. As the use of computers has increased, so has crimes and attacks involving the use of computers, and cybersecurity attempts to protect information technology assets such as databases, operating systems, and network. It utilizes computer science techniques from fields such as cryptography, software engineering, digital forensics, in addition to software and hardware tools to achieve the goal of protecting these entities against internal and external attacks. Now, Norfolk State University offers the Masters of Science in Cybersecurity, and it is designed to focus on computer security and to increase the pool of well-educated security professionals. With this degree, students like Christian are able to prepare and apply for knowledge to defend against cyber threats directed towards the U.S., and also students are prepared to provide needed cybersecurity services to the U.S. agencies, organizations, and also to the business world. The program trains students not only on how to defend against cybersecurity attacks, but also how to use digital forensics to identify attackers. Well, as I mentioned before, Norfolk State University is doing wonderful work in the field of cybersecurity. Now let's talk a little bit about educate, because we think this is so important when it comes to cybersecurity threats. So let's turn to how we can educate ourselves and businesses and individuals from that perspective. First, for businesses and organizations, broadband and information technology are powerful tools to reach people, new markets, increase sales and productivity. However, cybersecurity threats are real, and businesses and organizations must implement the best tools and tactics to protect themselves, their customers, and their data. Two of the most important things we can do to protect our organizations are, one, first, train employees in security principles. If you don't have a training program to help to make sure you reinforce that, please do. One indicator of this is the use of strong passwords. Are you using simple passwords that can easily be cracked into? Make sure you have a wonderful training program to train your employees on security principles for your organization. And the second thing you can do is limit access to data. If they really don't need the information or data, do not give them access to it. But more importantly, make sure you always prevent any authority to install software that's not pre-approved or approved by your company. That creates a very serious threat when it comes to cybersecurity. Now, from an individual perspective, the Department of Homeland Security recently developed a program called Stop, Think, Connect. Now, the Stop, Think, Connect campaign is a national public awareness campaign aimed at increasing the understanding of cyber threats and empowering the American public to be safer and more secure online. Now, cybersecurity, as you know, and as we know, is a shared responsibility. We each have to do our part to keep the internet safe. When we all take simple steps to be safer online, it makes using the internet a more secure experience for everyone. Now, for more information on the Stop, Think, Connect campaign, you can visit the Department of Homeland Security, or you can just Google Stop, Think, Connect. It provides a wonderful toolkit that you can use, and we'll talk about a little bit later. Now, cybersecurity criminals, as you know, do not discriminate. As you've known from the recent news, millions of people have been impacted. They target vulnerable computer systems, regardless of whether they are part of a large corporation, a small business, or even if it belongs to a home user. And cybersecurity as a shared responsibility means that we all have a significant role to play. Now, the Stop, Think, Connect campaign offers toolkits that provides real-life resources on how you can help. And the toolkits are designed to different audiences. The audiences include students who are in grade school, K-8 to 12, undergraduates, parents and educators, young professionals, older Americans, government industries, and small businesses, and as well as law enforcement. They provide neat, short documentation that you can review to help to make sure we all are doing our part to make sure that we are protecting our home computers, our business computers, or our agency's computers. Now, communicate. Now, according to the study for the Center of Cybersecurity and Education, by 2022, there will be a shortage of 1.8 million information security workers, 1.8 million job opportunities. So it's critical that today's student graduate ready and willing to enter the workforce to fill the vast number of cybersecurity positions that will be available to them. So if you have an opportunity to influence someone you know with interest in information systems, encourage them to consider a career in cybersecurity. Encourage them to attend Norfolk State University. Now, before we move on, I do want to give a best practice when it comes to an area that we all find ourselves vulnerable to. Perhaps one of the most vulnerable practices we encounter most is public Wi-Fi. Now, public Wi-Fi networks can now be found just about anywhere in airports, coffee shops, libraries, restaurants, malls, hotels, making it easy for anyone to connect to the internet anywhere they are. Now, although these Wi-Fi hotspots can be convenient, they are not always secure, potentially exposing you to online risks and presenting an opportunity for cyber criminals to steal sensitive information. It is important to understand that these risks and take measures to protect yourself while connecting to Wi-Fi networks. So here are a couple of simple tips that you can use. 3. Number 1, think before you connect to a public Wi-Fi site. Before you connect to a public Wi-Fi hotspot, like at an airport or a hotel or a cafe, be sure to confirm the name of the network and the login procedures with the appropriate staff to ensure that the network is legitimate. Cybersecurity criminals can easily create a similarly named network, hoping that the user will overlook which network is the legitimate one. Additionally, most hotspots are not secure and do not encrypt information you send over the internet, leaving it vulnerable to cyber criminals. So you want to make sure one thing you don't do is ever use your public Wi-Fi networks to access things like your bank account or shopping online or providing sensitive information as you may be answering a business or organization or another email that has sensitive information. Wait until you get home, wait a couple of minutes until you get to a more secure location and not do that from the public Wi-Fi. The second point is make sure you keep software up to date. You know, oftentimes we get these reminders that your system software needs to be updated, and we say, you know, do it tomorrow, put it off, but these updates are so important, especially updates on the apps for different phone systems like the iPhone. Keeping the software on your mobile devices, for instance, up to date will prevent cyber criminals from being able to take advantage of known vulnerabilities. This is the reason why the apps and updates are being done. And then perhaps the third thing that you can do is use strong passwords. Use different passwords for different accounts and devices. Do not choose options that allow your device to remember your password. Although it's convenient to store your password, that potentially allows cyber criminals into your account if your device is ever lost or stolen, or if it's taken from you while you're visiting a public Wi-Fi location. These are just a few of the easy tips you can take from an individual perspective to make sure you're doing your part and that we're doing our part to protect us from cyber criminals. In closing, I just want to say that we're in the middle of homecoming week again here at Norfolk State University, so I do want to stop and take a couple of seconds to just talk about a few of the things that are happening here on campus for homecoming weekend. So tomorrow is the crowning of Miss Alumni, and that's going to take place at 7 o'clock tomorrow. And of course, there's a homecoming concert tomorrow that takes place at 8. And then on Friday, of course, we have the NSU 22nd Annual Alumni Classic Golf Tournament. That will take place in Portsmouth at the Bodyweed Golf Course, and that time will start at 8:30 in the morning. There's also a homecoming jazz concert presented by Norfolk State on Friday, and that starts at 6:30. And then on Saturday, of course, we all want to get ready for the big NSU homecoming parade. It will start at 8 a.m. and it will go along the routes of Park Avenue and Virginia Beach Boulevard. And then, of course, later in the afternoon at 2 p.m. is the big Norfolk State University versus Savannah State University at the William Dick Price Stadium here at Norfolk State University. You can still purchase your tickets. Tickets can be purchased online. So before we depart, I do want to say thank you all for tuning in to our first inaugural cyber call. The calls are intended to be 10 minutes or less. We just want to be able to pass information to you that allow you to be educated, informed, and to communicate some of the things that are happening here at Norfolk State University. Now, what we'd like to do, if you're one of the first 25 persons to like us on Facebook, and if you're able to send us your address, we will provide to you a cell phone pocket wallet. These are pretty nice, as you can see. I have one on my phone. And also a wonderful pen that you can use just for listening today. Again, thank you so much. I do want to say our next cyber call will be on Wednesday, November the 29th at noon. Mark it on your calendar. We'll be sure to notify you by Facebook. Visit the NSU website or the IntellecTechs website for more and additional information. Again, thank you this morning, Christian. Thank you so much this afternoon.
Thank you
It's
for
been a
having me.
pleasure, and best wishes to you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.